Estate Planning Horror Stories Episode 3, the one where John marries Jane. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a button there, or there is a link below to receive notification on future videos. But now let's talk about our John and Jane. They get married, they are in, let's say, late 20s. They have no kids together, but Jane has 2 little boys from a previous relationship. One is 3 and one is 1, let's say. And John has no kids. But John raises these kids, these boys, as his own, and they call him Dad. For everyone's purpose, those kids were John and Jane's kids. When they get married, John and Jane combine their assets and they buy a house together. They raise the kids in the house. The kids go off to college. John and Jane live there happily ever after until something happens. Let's say 50 years from now or from then, Jane passes. Well, when Jane passed, all of their joint accounts, the house, their bank accounts, John is listed as primary beneficiary on everything. Everything becomes John's. The house, as I said, and life insurance proceeds, retirement, everything goes to John. John is getting older as well, so he plans on sitting down with an attorney, but he never does, and he passes. What happens then? Well, Oklahoma law says that if you don't have a will, because John never got anything in writing, no will, no trust, no arrangements, when you don't have a will in place, the law dictates who gets what. And Oklahoma law says that stepchildren, which are Jane's boys to John, do not inherit. So they are not included in John's estate, even though they are Jane's children and Jane's assets went into John's estate. Those kids are not entitled to anything, not only from John, but of course not from Jane's estate either. So they are left out. Who inherits? Again, it goes based on Oklahoma law. Usually it goes up to parents. If they're not alive, it goes down to siblings, nieces and nephews, and so on. So you see how this sweet, happy story turned into a horror story, because those kids, they lost their family home, they lost all the assets, and everything that their parents had went to John's family, and they were not even close, let's say. So how can we make this into a happy ending story? Be sure to get an estate plan in place. If you have stepchildren that you want to include, that you never legally adopted, know that they will not inherit unless you make it so in writing. Or if you are a stepchild of someone, make sure you bring that up somehow. I know it's a delicate topic. One way to do that is by inviting your parents or your grandparents to attend one of our in-person educational events, or maybe introduce them to YouTube and have them watch some of our educational videos. Let someone else tell them how it works. Again, as a summary, stepchildren do not inherit in Oklahoma. Put it in writing if you want to include them. Stepchildren, step-grandchildren, and so on. I hope this video helped. I hope it's going to encourage you to talk to your family, if there are stepchildren and grandchildren in your family, to do something about it. If you have any questions, be sure to give us a call, 405-857-8231. Thank you for watching.